Introduce yourself.
My name is Knowles. I'm running for governor. Constitution. I brought a couple teleprompters with me. A couple words I want you guys to know for tonight. First, last, continuation. Roads and defense. Okay? First about me. I'm 32 years old. I'm a veteran in the Air Force. I'm a father of a very beautiful daughter, which is the whole reason why I'm getting involved in this. I fear a lot for what's going on in our country and our state. I don't want my mother to grow up in a country that's less free than what I was given. So I have to do something about this. I'm currently a bartender. I love doing this. I like doing normal things that 32-year-old guys do, going out, hanging out, being around friends. But like I said, there's something really, really wrong with this society and this country. It's been pointed out a couple times tonight what's really wrong with it, and it's a real simple solution. It's called the Constitution. So, now, on to my words that I want you to remember. First, last, continuance. Roads, defense. Everyone says to me, Eric, the governorship is not about a federal race. You've got to run on simply local issues. Well, I say they're absolutely wrong. Because if you think that the governor doesn't have any power in demanding and dictating on what goes to the federal government, then you're missing the point of the Constitution entirely. We have a 10th Amendment in there that says anything that's not given directly in that Constitution to the federal government is reserved for the states and the people respectively. Okay? So the governor is supposed to be the first person, your first liaison, your first representative that stands up for you and tells the federal government, it doesn't say in this book that you can do this. So where do you derive the right to tell my people how to do this? We talked about Obamacare a couple times tonight. If I'm your governor, even if I'm not your governor, I'm not going to participate in Obamacare. You know why? Because it's not in my Constitution. If I'm your governor, you have me to stand behind, you will not participate in it either. Period. End of story. So, first, last, and continuance. This is my federal part of the speech. We have founding fathers. These great men that brought upon us an amazing experiment in this country. Something that hasn't been done, for 1,000 years before, and it's only a very short in its lifetimes right now. It's only been 234 years. It's not a lot of time to go against tyranny for thousands of years and to have liberty in this very short time. Okay? So the first thing they did to do this is they realized that they are free. Government does not give you your rights. Your rights are endowed by your Creator. Government did not come and give you the right to speak, the right to defend yourself. Did not give you a right to privacy, to tell people to lie out. You derive these rights from your Creator. If you think that even this document here is going to give you those rights, you're missing the point again. These are natural rights. They transcend government. Government is instituted amongst men to secure these rights. So, founding fathers, first thing they did is they realized, I am a free, sovereign individual. I do not need to have some foreign government or some person somewhere else telling me what to do in my life. This is what I want you to do first. Realize that you are sovereign. I'm not going to participate in Obamacare. You shouldn't either. It's time to decide if you want your country back, and you've got to take steps to get to that point. Yes, some of them are going to hurt. You're going to get some fines, stuff like that. Or you can say, I'm just going to roll over and say, well, if my legislature says to do so, then I'm just going to go ahead and do it. It's time to make that decision. The decision is now to decide if you are your own person or if the government owns you. The last thing that the Founding Fathers did, last thing that they did is they gave us a guidebook. They gave us the blueprint for this. I'm not coming up here with new and innovative ideas. I'll save that for the other guys who think that they're smarter than the Founding Fathers. I'm not. I realize that. These guys were living in times of tyranny, which, by the way, they were living in about 3% taxes, and they got mad about that. Just want to settle that in for a second. So, they gave us a blueprint on how to do this. Declaration of Independence tells us we are supposed to alter and abolish government if it's not meeting the means. The means is the Constitution. It's a guideline. We've been talking all night so far, and I'm just going to go ahead and touch on it as well. I'm not running because I want to run your lives. I can't do that. I don't know. I'd like to meet all of you guys, but I can tell you this right now, even if I did meet all of you and know you all for many years, I wouldn't know how to run your lives better than you do. So why should I pretend to? Why should any other governor out there pretend that he knows how to make decisions in your lives? It's not possible. So, they gave us a blueprint. That's the last thing I want you to do. So I want you to read, if you want to talk about how to help me, I want you to read your Constitution. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but I want you to read your Constitution. I want you to understand it. Not understand that this document, like war gods are saying, we're going to hide behind our Constitution and the shield. You should. It is your shield. This is what you have to tell government. You cannot do this. It says it right here. So you need to stand up and tell them that this blueprint of yours says that they can't. So you take your power back. Realize you're free, get your constitutions, and you have to tell other people about it. The Founding Fathers didn't make this beautiful document and remain silent. They didn't, they didn't stay inside their home and click on Google and blog a little bit and get mad. I'm sure they probably have done some of that too. But what they did is they got up and they got in everyone's face. Don't be afraid to stand up for your liberty. Right. This does not make you a radical extremist or anything like that. Like the Department of Justice trying to find anyone who carries the Constitution, thinks about the Constitution. This is our liberty. This is our lives. This is our children. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't feel like this country was in such a horrible situation that I needed to stand up. Me, a 32-year-old bartender who is probably the least likely of people to want to get involved in this. But now that I know the things that I know, I have more responsibility to do just that. To you all, and especially to my daughter. So, first, last, continuation. The revolution never ended. If you think that, and whatever year, I can't think on top of my head, we ended the revolution, we somehow gained our independence, and that's it. Everyone go home and just, stay inside our little tiny boxes inside our houses, and as long as the government doesn't come in and get me, I'm okay. No, it's not that way. We have an obligation, all of us, to protect your Constitution. The revolution never continued. You have to get out every day, reassert your rights every single day. Every time you see someone telling you that you can or cannot do something, the new law that's passed federally, because basically any law that's passed federally is unconstitutional. You tell them that they can't do that. Yes, our voices are small now, but imagine if we get other people involved in this. Yes, I do want to be your governor. Yes, I think I would do a great job as your governor because I would be beholden to the constitutions. But this is a bigger issue that we have going on here. This is our country. Even if I were to become the governor, as they say, as Eric Warbuck said, you can't turn it around in a minute. You can't turn it around. But you can turn it around pretty fast. But I don't even know if in 4 years I can turn around every single crazy law and rule that we've established in this society. But with all of us together, we can. It's a process. We educate our children. My daughter reads the Declaration of Independence to me. It's the most beautiful thing in the world to watch an 8-year-old beautiful girl saying life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That gives me a lot of hope. Not hope and change.
We keep the change.
Okay, so then, that's my federal side of it. Now, the state side. It's really simple. This is a really simple deal. Roads and defense. As the governor at the state level, I should really only be responsible for making sure that the roads work in our state, and that I have adequate defense in case we are ever attacked on this Maryland soil. Everything else should be turned over to the private industries and to the people at local levels. Local governments right now have all their power stripped away. Why do we even elect some of these guys that are doing things when the state government comes in and tells them how they're going to do stuff? And the federal government, even worse. They have a blanket idea that they go with Maryland and California, and as a governor, these guys that have been governor have a blanket idea that goes with Glen Burnie and Garrett County. Garrett County has a lot of things that are different out there than Glen Burnie. There's a stark difference between the two. It's not going to be my job or whoever's job it's going to be next to tell everyone how to do things. That is slow and ineffective. It will never lead to prosperity. It takes all of us getting involved at a local level with people that we can go to because they're a smaller constituency, and we can say to them, hey, the other Eric for tonight, out of 3, this is going wrong. And I can get together with a few of my people, and I can say, we're going to vote you out. Not that I don't think you're going to do that, but I'm saying, if that were the case, you have that kind of power.
Right.
Now we have 545 people that run $300 million, and you think that they listen to you? They could care less. They know they have 95% re-election rates. So, the point of all this, my whole roads and defense, is realistically to get it down to a local level. You all need to be involved in your parent-teacher association again, not shrugging it off to me to appoint someone who thinks they know exactly how everything's supposed to be run, because they don't. You have local areas. I may want my daughter to know certain things or not know certain things, or have her sex education start at a certain age or not start at a certain age. Why should we have one person that dictates to all of us how we're going to do? This is the antithesis of freedom and liberty. We were born free, each and every one of us. We were given a gift by our founding fathers. I hope to God we don't squander this. I'm Eric Knowles, and I'm going to be your governor.
But just for what everybody's thinking, tell us in 5 sentences or less, tell us why we should vote for you